guys, welcome in. Today, the reading for August 14th. We're looking at what's going on for the collective, and lots of things have been happening. Not the least of which is a lot of purging and angry feelings. I know that from myself and from other people. So if you're feeling angry, upset, rage, remember the reading that Indy and I did for the beginning of Lionsgate. Was it the beginning or was it August 8th? I feel like it might have been the August 8th one. You can go back and check. But she pulled a card. She pulled two cards about rage and anger. And there was this very interesting conversation that we had, I thought anyway, about that. I know that has been going on for me for sure. So, you know, I guess my point here is it's not healthy to push down emotions. Feel the emotion so you can get it out, right? Get it out. Because I do believe in fundamentally living an optimistic existence. I believe that manifesting the life you're looking for, the love you're looking for, your partner, your twin, your soulmate, whatever label you want to put on it, I don't really care. That's your thing, like that's personal. And I feel like this journey is truly about spiritual awakening, opening up to a bigger idea of what's going on for us, and also building your connection to your guides, your own intuition, your higher source, God. And we also had a really good conversation about your own intuition. And that is something that, you know, as I do readings, and I do general readings on this channel, as you know, if you watch for any length of time, it is certainly always my intention for people to use their own intuition about things, to navigate and to learn to trust when a message is meant for you and when a message is not meant for you. So that was, I thought, a very helpful conversation. And also the messages that it's almost like, here's what I wanted to say in that conversation. I'm not sure if I said it this way or not, but I definitely want to say it after a night sleeping. Messages that hit you negatively also are meaningful. It's not only the positive ones, and it's not only the woohoo ones like that. If something hits you really sideways, really negatively, I want you to explore it. Okay? Don't just reject it out of hand. Because I do, after my travels with hundreds of you, literally hundreds of you doing private readings and things like that, a lot of us, I'll put myself in the category too, have navigated or are navigated unhealthy situations, unhealthy relationships. And I do feel that getting locked into twin flame can be giving yourself permission to stay in an unhealthy place. And that is only if you're not using your intuitive sense. If you're not feeling like, oh, gee, you know what, this person is behaving in a negative way or in a low vibration way, just move away from it, okay? You don't have to make any big deal about it, but getting locked into it because like, oh, I gotta stay because this is my twin, it's just my feeling, this is my own personal philosophy of what I have lived, was not healthy for me. And so seeing that and learning that lesson is part of the journey. Do you see? Like seeing when a situation is not serving you. And love that happens, there can be all kinds of situations. I feel that my experience with most of the folks on this channel are empaths, most definitely. A lot of you are as attuned or more attuned than I, and don't know it, aren't really embracing that necessarily to yourself. So it's sort of like those are the things you have to come to on your own. And, you know, my job here, what my calling is about, is sort of helping people open up to ideas, open themselves up to understanding how their own, you know, programming, upbringing, whatever it is, has put them in positions so you can open up to a truly higher, spiritual, more connected, more loving, more compassionate, more fulfilling kind of life. So it's sort of like ooh, I'm going to turn that off. Oh, well, hey, that was just confirmation, wasn't it? So these things, yes. Okay, thank you. So I love that so much. Don't turn it off, right? Don't turn it off. Zing. All right, so some of the things I want, one of the things I've asked for the messages every morning when I do my own reading for myself, and I get grounded, and I get, okay, what are the messages for the collective today? What do I need to be talking about? Sometimes, like we've said in the past, sometimes it comes in shower wisdom, sometimes it comes in dreams. Today it came in an awakening and awareness about certain kinds of cards in the deck. And also, I pulled 3 cards from my Archangel Michael deck for all of us here. First of all, guarded and protected. Boy, I really like that. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and all of our needs are met. This is also like you're in partnership with the divine in protection. And that is not to say that, you block people. Protection is not blocking, okay? Protection is about when people have unhealthy attachments to you, or when you have unhealthy attachments to other people, or when people are vampires and they just take and take and take and take and don't give anything back, and you're giving to your detriment. That's an unhealthy situation. So this is about being guarded and protected so that you can remain open, so that your heart chakra, the heart chakra awakening that you've had or are having or going to have, can be fully utilized, right? Because it makes no sense to have this amazing gift of insight, awareness, intuition, connection to the divine, connection to higher self, fully open on the 3D plane, fully open on the 5D plane. God love you, absolutely, all the time, and twice on Sundays, right? But fully open in a 3D plane, this is where we're engaged in the task of elevating the planet, elevating the energy of the planet, being in positive self-affirmation, being in positive light and joy, being in positive, right? You still need to, on the 3D plane, as empaths know, you all know who are empaths, that people see you. They see like this, ooh, this positive. It's like in a video game when you see like the energy, the heart, whatever, you see it, you want to go and get it, right? You all, empaths, are fully in that heart chakra. And so you must connect yourself to the divine, get yourself in the highest vibration, compassion, so that you can love yourself, completely love yourself, fill your cup up, and be able to share with other people, be able to connect with other people. And then when you see an unhealthy person, situation, whatever, you go, ah, I see. And I send you on your journey with love and compassion. Right? There's nothing about this that is inherently negative, right? It's all super positive. And when you see someone like, I have a lot of compassion for people who are on low vibration journeys, who choose to go low, who choose to do those things. They live in a vibration of fear and lack and all of those things. And that's not what we're doing here on this channel. It's not what we're doing here. So what we're doing here is working to be in high vibration and to live in that love, right? To be a beacon, to be a leader, to lead 1,000 points of light, right? You name it. The positive messages of leading come through this. I want to say this channel, but I'm not taking credit for this myself, right? There's thousands of us. There's literally millions of us on this planet who are to be activated to elevate the energy. There's really a growing divide that's happening. And so staying in the positive, which is why, you know, I have to say, as someone who grew up in the news business, really hard to realize, you know, my journey being a Sagittarius is one of justice, right? Is one of truth telling, is, you know, and I do believe empaths who existed in families where you were the, you know, black sheep and, you know, the scapegoat or whatever you want to call it, because you were special, because you were unique, because you were different, right? Like, see that for what it was. See that people saw power in you. People saw power in that empathetic. They didn't have it. They didn't have that capability. That's the growing crevice that we're dealing with right now. So, guarded and protected, and leave. It's time to leave an unhealthy situation. For any of you who know that you're in an unhealthy situation, it is a mission of love and light, right? It is a mission of love and light to see another and to understand that people have free will. And so it is about suspending disbelief. I had a nice conversation with India last night about releasing the need for it to be this particular person, an attachment to a 3D person, right? Allowing yourself to open up to the possibility that with God, anything is possible, right? And this person choosing high-low, choosing high vibration, low vibration, choosing to be on the path or not be on the path, it is about the twin journey, or the this journey of empaths, this journey of high vibration, this journey of love, leadership in love and compassion, whatever you want to call it, will be attacked. Always. Just look at Jesus' life. All you want to know, and I'm not equating anybody here to Jesus, I'm just saying, like, that was a journey. His journey was love and light. Love. Love one another as I have loved you. That was his journey. And whenever I am surrounded in many ways with folks who weren't raised in the 70s after Vatican II, I was raised Catholic, with a guitar playing Jesus who loves everyone, right? That was there's a specific moment in time when that's how that historical figure, prophet, whatever you believe about Jesus, and also it was the stories were also written 100 years later. The stories of Mary Magdalene, how she was, you know, being cast as a prostitute when she really wasn't. You know, this historical figure. Whatever you want to say about it, at that time in our history was taught in a very loving, compassionate way. That was the mission of the 70s. That was the mission of a lot of us twins who were born in the 60s, to be raised in that love and compassion, to be raised in that. Sometimes when I'm talking to you, it's just occurring to me as I'm talking about it, right? I'm channeling this message to you that, and now I understand that that's what I'm doing here. At least part of what I'm saying is that was the message there. Confirmation of that. Confirmation of that. That was the message there, was that love and light, those born in the 60s, those born in the, you know, in that time, raised in that vibration of love and light. And to be, you know, Jesus spent time, you know, where would he be? Spent time with the lepers and the hookers and the, you know, all the people who needed him, who were in these dark places, who were sick and diseased and, you know, had problems. That's where he was needed, right? And so as empaths, you can see the baton being passed as a way of being the light in the world, being the light. Being the light. So when you're in an unhealthy situation, can you see that you're drawn to it, or that you could be open to it potentially, because that is your mission, right? That was Jesus' mission. That is your mission, to be compassionate and loving. And what I want to say to you is, be compassionate and loving to yourself, right? Don't cut off the love. Be compassionate, be loving, but in protection mode of, I can't get swamped by this person, right? I can't get swamped by this situation, because you've got a job to do. You've got a mission. You can't. Jesus didn't get swamped by it. He couldn't. He could do what he could do, right? One as a 3D affirmation of who he was, he could do what he could do. And it was a lot. It was a lot, right? But he couldn't get swamped. Couldn't get himself swamped. He had to be in that vibration of sending love and compassion and kindness and moving along, doing his work, right? Had to be that. And the final card here is God is in charge. So when you feel conflicted, and again, this is for the people this message resonates with, God is in charge. So, you know, as a 3D person, living life on the earth in 2018, I was going to say 1918, kinda, in 2018, being able to navigate this and really being more ascended toward 4D and 5D, really living more of my life in a spiritual way rather than an earthly way. You know, using the tools of earth, like this video, like this awesome Mac and this awesome YouTube and all that jazz, but also being able to see your mission. And your mission is something to be protected. You have there's a reason for your being here. As empaths, as starseeds, or however, I don't know, whatever the labels are, you have a mission here, and that must be protected. I think India pulled a couple of cards with the bubble piece, right? The bubble protection. And it's a see-through. You can see through it, right? Like the waitress at that restaurant saw me with my twin and saw a gold bubble of light around us. And she was like, oh, that's love. Yes, that's right. That's right. So it's see-through. You're not putting yourself into a cave. You're not pulling yourself away from people. Having compassion for those stuck in negative circumstances and trusting God that she will place the tasks in your path that are necessary and for you, for your spiritual growth. And one of them is to understand your mission here is worthy of elevated, I'm going to say protection, but elevated, coming from that place of compassion and yet still loving to the self. Can you balance those two things? The ultimate balance, right? We talk a lot about masculine, feminine being balanced. Can you balance those things? Can you balance giving with receiving? Can you receive? A lot of empaths have a hard time receiving, right? Can you be like, oh my gosh, thank you, right? When someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Can you receive? Even those things. Can you receive? All right, so let's do a little, our intention today is for messages meant for the collective here, collective spiritual group of us. So let us see what's going on in the connection right now. What is relevant to us right now? This is a Ritter-Waite deck. It's the very most basic deck. If any of you watching are interested in the tarot classes, I recommend you buy a basic Ritter-Waite deck. You can also buy the Barbara Moore deck that I use all the time, because anything fancier than that, the pictures mean stuff. The pictures mean stuff. We don't just come to this table with nothing to say, right? When we're talking, we don't care what deck we're using, whatever. It's a very conscious choice, and for me, it's about clarity. You can get fancier. There's a lot of fancy stuff out there, but not really. All right, here we go. So, messages for the collective right now. Page of Cups. Fresh, new, an offer of love, very, very real. Okay, this is not. There's no pretense in a page. Okay, very real. I mean, it's small, but it's a start. Okay, it's a start. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, twos, twos, twos. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh my goodness. All right. Some truth is going to be told very quickly here that is going to sort of, yeah, we can work it out. Three of Pentacles. I like that. I used to not like that card, but I like it now. So, there is going to be an offer of conversation or some kind of offer here, all right? And look at this. Truth, justice, the American way here. I hope. Ace of Swords, justice, Two of Cups. Being super clear in how you communicate, very clear about what you want, Two of Cups. Okay, I did read a bunch of comments in the Facebook group about third parties being deal breakers. I have experienced something similar like that, that it's just not, it's not even close to what the relationship that is the twin, right? The third party stuff has to go away. And like I always say, it's not just about someone in a committed relationship and there's a third party. It can be workaholism, it can be addiction, it can be a lot of things. There can be a lot of, that third party can be a lot of things in between two people, okay, on this earth plane. Someone's very focused on materialism, and so all they do is work, right? Somebody focused on commitment phobia, like whatever it is. So that third party thing, it feels to me like the Divine Feminine is really in the very clear place, justice, Libra energy, balanced truth about what it is you're looking for in a relationship. Two of Cups, very simple. The masculine is really going through it. Nine of Swords, Judgment. They really are getting blasted by the universe if they're not awakening, because the masculine energy is a much more 3D, earth grounded kind of energy, and not sort of, boy, if we're talking about intuition and really following your own intuition, the masculine has not been following their intuition. They've given, the universe has given them chance after chance after chance after chance. And so now, Judgment. And Nine of Swords, really being awakened in the night by, what is this? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Tower is the ending card here, so we're going to explore this. And then Two of Wands, sort of looking out to the universe and being like, what are you trying to tell me? Universe, God, what are you trying to say to me? And you have the answer. You know the answer. You're watching this, you know the answer. This is about love, and it's about self-worth. It is about unconditional love, Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, seeing one's self-worth, knowing one's value, Tower. And so if your masculine is in a karmic relationship that is not working for them in terms of their spiritual path, that's what's going to be happening here. Give me some more about this Tower. Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, you betcha. So this is about them blowing apart a karmic relationship. I'm surprised we didn't see the Devil yet. We might see the Devil yet to come here. But Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Archangel Michael is not taking this shit anymore. And I want to talk a little bit here. This is going to be more explored in the tarot classes, what I was talking about, Ace of Pentacles. I'm a big fan of Rachel Pollack. I don't know if you know who she is. She wrote a tarot book. I recommend her book to everyone who's going to take the class. She talks about 9 gate cards in the tarot. Ace of Pentacles is one of them. When we learn about the major arcana, it's really iconic, sort of like the Fool's Journey. It is the Fool's Journey. What am I saying? The Fool through the world. It is the journey through life of these epic moments in life. Death, right? Death is an epic moment in life. Transformation. Learning to leave the home with the parents to go out into the world. Learning to do. These are like iconic moments in our lives, and that's something we share with each other. In the minor arcana, there's also something called, there's gate cards, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups. There's a bunch of them, and I will do a special video on this because I love this concept, that is a lowercase, meaning everyday kind of journey of things going on. And Ace of Pentacles is the final card of going through the journey and being offered a reward for going through this shit. Okay? Being really this person, so your person here, blowing up a karmic relationship that is keeping this separated, keeping you separate from them. So whether it's workaholism or, you know, codependency or whatever it is, it's getting blown apart. Their traditional beliefs, their traditional thoughts about certain things, rigid belief systems, getting blown apart. And guess who's at the helm here? Archangel Michael. Really working to do that, Two of Cups, to bring the two together. Okay, really working on that. And the sooner the masculine energy recognizes this, the sooner they will be granted this reward, which is this relationship. It is also an elevated abundance. It's an elevated spiritual connection with God. It's all of these good things. Any of the masculines truly living life on a solely earth plane does not have a clue about this and are getting blasted. Okay? And there will be a reward for this, I promise. Let's see. One for this Judgment card, or maybe more than one, but let's see. Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands, High Priestess. They're making a choice. There you are. Okay? There you are, Divine Feminine. Queen of Wands, High Priestess. They're confused about this relationship. They're confused as to how to choose this. Seven of Cups is confusion. Judgment and Tower, blasting that away. It's like they're being given a roadmap now to how they get to Queen of Wands, High Priestess. This is something that they truly want in their life, manifesting Two of Wands. They really do want this in their life, and they're unsure how to get there. Six of Cups underneath, soulmate. Okay, so let's see blocks here. Page of Swords, Sun. More innocence. I feel Page of Wands, Page of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Sun. See how innocent, right? It's like the masculine, it's not that they're devious or negative or anything. It's almost like they don't have any experience with this spiritual connection. They don't have, they're very solidly earth-based, right? Very grounded in this earth experience, not really seeing the connections of their mission, okay? And you are the one that's going to be helping them navigate through that, through your clarity around this mission. And they could be, I mean, they could be a lot immature, right? Just not very worldly or not very open to new ideas or something, but that's what the Judgment Tower are going to take care of, lickety-split, okay? So actions for you, my darlings. Actions. Eight of Wands, King of Swords, more clarity. I like it. Eight of Wands. So when you speak, you're speaking clearly. You know exactly what you want, making plans for the future. You know exactly what you want. I only allow relationships in my life that are of this highest true love kind of value. I only allow relationships up to, not three, right? It is not my practice to allow third-party situations in my life. I just don't do it, right? So whatever the clarity is that you have, speak them in positive affirmations. Speak that way. Clear. King of Swords, Justice. Wow. Discerning. Okay? Understand the value of an offer. Is an offer, what is the true offer here? Right? Understanding that. Let's hear from the masculine. What's going on, dudes? Queen of Pentacles. Very grounded, down to earth. They're very comfortable in that kind of existence and have been. They feel nurtured by that. And so it's weird to them that they're getting kind of blasted out of that. Eight of Pentacles. Totally work focused, pentacle focused, very much kind of burying their head in their work. That's what makes them comfortable. Ace of Wands, new inspiration. I like it. I feel like this also, that's really interesting. This connection here will bring them new inspiration about their work, about what they're doing on this planet. And holding on to something that is crumbling under their feet, as opposed to this new Ace of Pentacles, right? That's where you want to go, because it will be abundant. Being inspired. Three of Wands, the Gate card. Oh boy, that's the start of the Gate. Three of Wands. Two of Wands, they sort of were like, what do I want? What's going on here? Three of Wands are actually manifesting, actually thinking of manifesting. Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, manifesting relationship. How does it work within this structure? Well, maybe it's not. Maybe getting blasted and getting inspiration for something new in their work is really what they need. Their work is getting stale, or it is no longer going to produce pentacles, right? A lot of corporate jobs, a lot of the way we used to make money is going away. There's a lot of things that aren't existing anymore and going away. And so they have to be moved off of how they're working in the 3D in order to maintain, in order to be, I don't want to use the word safe, but in order to be, you know, you need to be grounded and you need to be taken care of. First chakra, you need to have your root chakra, all that stuff, food, home, shelter, all that stuff's taken care of so that you can carry out your mission, right? That's a lot of what people miss when we're talking about pentacles. You know, there's this feeling that abundance is a inherently greedy thing. And my point of view is abundance gives you a platform so you can do work that will help other people, using it that way, right? So let's see how this is going to unfold. Hanged Man, awareness, awakening, again. Feeling in an uncomfortable position, getting blasted out of their work for real, for real, for real. Ace of Cups, for a purpose. Universe offering Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, wow, and Ace of Swords, they're all here. Wow. Five of Swords, Fool, Lovers. Okay, so that was, I knew that right away. Five of Swords, Fool, Lovers. There might be a dispute. They might be like, what are you doing to me? Right? There might be this feeling of being taken over. But really, this Fool is a new energy, a new life. Ace of Pentacles, Fool, Lovers. One last card, please, for outcome. Magician. Oh my God, I knew that was coming too. Manifesting this. They are now co-creating with the universe to manifest the connection. Completely transformative experience. Going from the way they've been living their life before, something completely transformational going on. Awakening, awareness. You're already there though, Divine Feminine, you're already there. And you can speak clearly about it so that it's not emotional when you're, it's really not emotional. King of Swords, Justice. You're really, they're like, what's going on, right? And you're able to communicate. You're able to communicate in a very clear way that's nurturing and compassionate, and also feels you've been in this for a lot longer. So you can be the guide here. You're a guide, no question. You deserve love. That's one of the messages they're getting. You already know that you're lovable. You say that to yourself in the mirror every morning. I hope you do, because you are. Release your ex. This person, the masculine, needs to release the ex. It can be, Divine Feminine, that you just need to release this and let God take over in terms of what the masculine's going to do. Just release it. Let it go. Just trust, okay? Just trust. Trust that God will bring you the love you deserve. It is safe for you to love. Underneath, attraction. So this is very microcosm-y compared to this, which is like guarded and protected. It's time to leave an unhealthy situation and God is in charge. Now you are in a clear position of like, okay, I'm just going to let go and allow them to do what they need to do. This is all about masculine here. Allow them to do what they need to do. I'm sitting in unconditional love, and I'm in this place of heart chakra awakening, protected, and still allowing the love permeate my bubble, right? I like this. I had a couple of energy vampires in my life about 10 years ago, and I once got an exercise to put mirrors around you facing out. And the affirmation is, I only allow people who intend love and light to come toward me, to be engaged with me, to be in relationship with me. And so when vampires or when negs come toward you, negative energies come to you, they see themselves and they run away. Because there was a question about, can people in high vibration attract low vibration? Absolutely. It's just that you now have the power to resist that because you're in high vibration, and they'll slide off. They'll slide off. They will try. But if you're in high vibration, you're seeing it, and you're getting protection through this kind of, manifestation of mirrors around you, protective candy coating around you that negative people see and bounce off of, right? It's not going to, you have negatives in your family, you have negatives in your sphere, right? Just bounce off. So, release your ex. It is safe for you to love. Attraction. This is really for the masculine too. This is them fighting themselves with coming toward you and still being in a committed relationship. They're fighting themselves. 5 of Swords, fighting themselves. Okay? And the offer, the thing that is their protection is now their awakening. Their awakening, their clarity, their awareness of like, oh, this is, God is calling to me, right? And they have not let that in. A lot of the masculines have not let that in. Super duper logical, earth-based only, that's all I care about. Right? So now, God is really using some strong tactics to break through that. And one of those tactics can be that someone loses a job, or loses their livelihood, or loses their business, or loses, right? So that's definitely on the list of things that can happen when someone resists a calling. The universe, God, makes it difficult to keep resisting, right? You get called and called and called and called. How many callings have you had before you finally listen? Right? That's what's happening now. The calling is happening. And they might be naive about that. They may not believe they deserve happiness. They may not believe this kind of level of love can exist, because that's not been their experience. Coming back from the past, 6 of Cups. So they go on this journey, right? This is a gate card. They're going on this journey, fool's journey. It's a brand new journey. And they have manifested it. Manifested it through the energy of being a twin. Okay, guys. All right, so this week I'll put up a video about the tarot classes. If you'd like to join, I'd love to have you. The video will explain how to sign up, and also have links in that video, or links in the description box about buying cards from Amazon or wherever you want to buy them from. Ritter-Waite, Barbara Moore's deck. Okay, do that so you have them, and play with them before we start. It starts in September, the week after Labor Day, Monday after Labor Day. Okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching.